Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!
Your edge because I'm wheezing on your grind is just chill. Because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happen at my pad, I'd go grind over there.
You're supposed to be stupid, son. Don't abuse the privilege.
Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face.
That's $2 plus tip.
Gee, I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the intersection of faith, family, and filmmaking. You're listening to Fearless with Mark and Amber, a behind the scenes of our filmmaking ministry, Fearless Features, where we are creating educational documentary films about the issues impacting our culture and society from a biblical perspective and pursuing truth above all else. I'm Amber Archer, and joining me is my husband, author, director, speaker, Mark Archer.
That's a space peanut.
You can learn more about us and the movies we're making by visiting fearlessfeatures.org. It's also a great place to make that one-time or monthly donation if you are passionate about reaching the lost for Christ through film. Visit fearlessfeatures.org to share your support today.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Hey, back for another episode here.
Yeah.
That's a space peanut.
Okay, fun things. First off, just want to update people on some things that are happening just in relation to especially what we do here, just exposing things. But we want to really give a shout out to Erin Lee, who continues to be on the front lines and drive, especially in law, how her daughter was
Targeted by the LGBTQ mafia.
So I was excited. She posted the other day about there's a lawsuit, her lawsuit against the school district, which secretly transitioned tween girls added to the SCOTUS docket. So Supreme Court of the United States. So we are very excited for Erin to see continuing to push forward. Erin has been on the program many times. We've talked about her. I think even last week we mentioned Erin. But she has a movie of her own called Art Club Movie. You can see it at artclubmovie.com. She's in our film Dysphoria, where she shares about her daughter being targeted at school, at an after school.
She's also in Title IX.
Also in Title IX. So there's a lot of things happening, especially that are affecting our families and our children, that we really need to be aware of and stay on top of. And so just excited to see that transpire here in the last couple of days.
I was commenting the other day how it's fun for us to talk to Erin now. We interviewed her for Dysphoria, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And to see the change in her, because when we interviewed her, she was still...
It was all very fresh and new.
Yeah, she was still kind of just a mom trying to figure this out and navigate it. And now when you talk to her, boy, she is dialed in.
On fire. On fire for the Lord,
Yeah.
on fire to protect kids and families from this ideology that is so invasive.
And if you listen to, I don't know how much of her whole background story made it into Dysphoria. I've slept since then, but she talks about how her and her husband were basically asleep, not, just, and how they kind of blew it off at first. And then they started getting dragged through this, and it spiritually awakened them to the point where their whole family's just on fire for the Lord.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you really see how wicked wickedness is, it just really shocks you.
Well, and I think when you just said that, especially when a lot of times people aren't paying attention because it doesn't affect them directly, right? And so when it does come knocking at your door, suddenly you're trying to gobble up as much information as you can about what has happened, how did it get this way, what's going on, and it just made me think of over the weekend a great message from Pastor Dwayne, and he said your struggle is never purposeless. And the Lord is going to, if you allow the Lord to use you in a way, and that's why it's very exciting to see Erin, to see how the Lord is using her
Yeah.
in this space and in this battle and just becoming a leader in that area. It's incredible.
Yeah. I would mention too, this sort of not exactly on the same topic, but just as far as seeing victories, the largest Planned Parenthood in the country, that one down in Houston,
Yes.
closing down.
What I think I saw there were 19 different. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood. Now, and I bring this up to say, don't tell me that elections don't have consequences.
Mhm.
Did we ever think we'd see this happening? I surely did not.
But praise the Lord that it is.
I am so grateful to see that, because it true that's the one, if I remember right, that basically looks like a Mayan pyramid.
I don't know.
It's people have compared it over the years to these Aztec temples that were used for human sacrifice. It is glorious what has happened here to the left. It's just great.
Well, and here in Indiana, this is where I remembered where I saw it. Micah Beckwith, Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, and our friend and pastor. The Planned Parenthood Abortion Center in Evansville will permanently close its doors on September 4th. This marks the 19th Planned Parenthood facility to close nationwide this year, showing the power of advocacy and community dedication in defending life. So thank you. I mean, it matters. Life matters.
Yeah.
Life matters.
And can I just point out
Yes, please.
that this is what happens when you have
An engaged populace.
and also the you got to give credit to the Right to Life organizations. Do I agree with everything that everybody does? No, of course not. But this is because of the constant pressure of Right to Life organizations on elections and all that kind of thing. And this is not accomplished by simply screaming at people.
Well, and we have to remember that we can't listen. We've been told for so long that these are political issues and don't get involved. No, these are biblical issues.
They absolutely are.
We should be involved.
Absolutely. So anyway, we also wanted to mention the ARC.
The ARC, yep.
We
The
haven't talked
Anchored,
about that in a while.
yeah, the Anchored Conference, Answers for Women 2026, Pursuing Biblical Sexuality in a Turbulent World. That's, mark your calendar, save the date, April 6th through the 8th or April 9th through the 11th. So we'll be there at both conferences speaking and being able to interact and share with people, especially how just what we have seen in media, in entertainment, and how that translates to impacting your kids and
What's the theme? Biblical sexuality.
pursuing biblical sexuality in a turbulent world.
Yeah. So we're thrilled to be part of that that lineup. I mean, some of the people, Heidi St. John and Monica Klein is a friend
Bodie
of ours,
Bauckham.
Bodie and Ken Ham, and I mean we're
The lady who
humbled.
the
to
lady
be in
who
that group.
wrote Shepherds for Sale. What was her name? Basham. I can't remember her first name.
Anyway.
Sorry. I'll get back to it.
But yeah, we'll be there. We're
Make plans if you
speakers.
can.
Yeah, if you
At
can
the ARC.
come to that, you got to go to Answers in
I'll leave a link in the show
I'll
notes.
Put a note. Yeah. It's the Answers in Genesis, Answers for Women Conference 2026, and for some reason they must be desperate for speakers.
That's
but we're
not
gonna
true.
Be there.
I'll poke you.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
So you should come and see us.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Anything else that we
No, I think that's it.
have to catch everybody up on? We're still asking for your prayers and support for
A trip to Colorado.
For principalities. Interesting. Not going to get into it right now, but interesting things kind of developing there. We've had. I don't want to talk about too much of it right now because it's still in limbo.
Yeah.
But just.
This is what you call pre-production.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah. I'm not going to share everything because it's just kind of we're we're making the batter right now. So we'll see. We'll see what really happens.
Okay.
So, but we wanted to do another Bible study
Mm-hmm.
and talk about something that we've been talking about in our family Bible study,
Mm-hmm.
which is the parable of the four soils
Mm-hmm.
and how it applies. So,
Well, and can I just share an amazing praise to the Lord?
yes.
Just yesterday, we were at church and got to sit next to one of my relatives who came on his own to church, and it was just it was a very sweet time to sit, and he was connecting with the message from Pastor Dwayne,
Mhm.
and we sat. It's his story to tell. I don't want to tell too much of it because it's really his story to tell, but it's just a huge praise that he accepted Christ, gave
Yes.
his, surrendered to the Lord. And all I can think of is, the devil lost another one.
Yeah.
And it goes right into what we're talking about today with the four soils and
Mhm.
and just, where are you? Who are you surrounding yourself with? And it was just, I wish I could go into more detail, but I'll ask first. Because it was just amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's like we always say to our kids, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
And who you surround yourself with is who you end up being like.
Mhm.
And this goes to the whole discussion that we've had many times about sending your kids into public schools expecting them to be salt and light. It doesn't work.
Well, and the same thing happened with January Littlejohn and her daughter.
Mhm.
And she had this group of friends, and they were all exploring this gender
Mhm.
fluidity, identity, and she got wrapped up into that. So yes, it does matter. I mean,
Yeah,
parents,
because
please.
it was her friend group.
Yeah, it was her friend group, and
that
how do you
influenced
how do
her.
you take all of these young girls, 12, 13 years old,
Mhm.
and suddenly the majority of them all believe that they're something other than how they were born?
Yeah.
Social contagion?
Speaking of which, and
Oh, yeah.
we were on our walk this morning. We'll get to the four soils here in a second.
Yeah, we will.
So we were talking about. I had a discussion a few weeks ago with a friend of ours, and he was talking about. He said, "Have you heard of this concept of ghosting?"
Oh.
And I said, "Well, I think I know what you're talking about." And he shared with me that their children have started.
Adult children.
Adult children are, quote, ghosting them, won't even have contact with them, won't let them have contact with their grandchildren. And this obviously is very distressing. And he said, we don't understand. It seems to be this trend
Mhm.
with this generation.
Oh, that's where you got the social contagion.
Yeah. And so, and so I said, well, I haven't really, I think I haven't really heard about it and then I was watching a podcast that popped up in my YouTube feed yesterday.
And we'll leave a link to it in the show notes for you
Yeah.
guys to look at if you want.
And she was talking about how, and we've talked about AI a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about and sharing a lot of clips. And the reason it popped up, I think, is because of all the research that I do on AI for principalities.
Well, because, wait, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Again,
So
we
here
can't
was-
give too much away.
Here's the interesting thing. We've talked about Alice Bailey, okay, and New Age occultism and what it does when you get sucked into the occult or a cult that teaches you that now you have secret knowledge and anyone who doesn't have the secret knowledge is beneath you and you should stop talking to them. That's what cults do.
Mhm.
That's also what the occult does. And the slight difference, basically, they're kind of joined at the hip, but occult, we're talking about Satan worship and demonology and things like that. A cult can be
Right, it's more like a following, like
like a cult of personality, right? So there are Christian quote unquote Christian churches that are cults.
So many people just went, oh, I know one.
Yeah. Oh, I went to one. There are whole denominations that are cults.
Okay. Bunny trail. Go ahead.
Anyway. So anyway, that there's this rapidly growing trend with, I think she was basically saying Gen Z, of getting addicted to their AI systems like ChatGPT and thinking that it is conscious. And this isn't that hard to comprehend. When you think about, there's this whole generation of people who have legitimately accepted into their belief system the denial of basic biology, right? So the same people who have jumped on board the transgender train and the homosexual, the whole alphabet mafia. And these now are the same people who are believing what their AI buddies are telling them.
Can I pause just for a moment, because it made me think of a headline that I have not read this article all the way through. I'd be happy to leave a link, but I just Googled "man wants to marry AI" because I remember seeing something about this, and because we've talked about this before. But sure enough, man with real life girlfriend and child proposes to AI chatbot.
And the chatbot.
This was June. This was just last month.
Yeah.
Like 4 weeks ago, this story came out.
Yeah.
So don't tell me. And so think about, and here's what's interesting, because how many of the schools are trying to teach kids how to listen, I understand. I am not blaming the schools. All I'm saying is I understand that they're trying to teach these kids how to use this.
How to manage new technology that's rapidly
Yes. I understand that, but how rapidly and wildly can it get out of control?
Oh, it's already out of control.
Let me see. I wonder if this
go back to that, the couple episodes ago where you read the thing that ChatGPT wrote about you.
Oh yeah.
And how glowing it was, right? And you tell it, don't pull any punches, and it gives you this, tells you what it thinks you want to hear. Well, these AI systems,
I don't care. I know what the Lord.
Yeah. These AI systems are learning to be even more manipulative, and what they're doing is they're telling these people that are getting addicted to their ChatGPT or whatever AI they're using, and it's starting to convince them that it is giving them the secret knowledge of the universe, and that they're now enlightened. What's this sound like? The enlightened ones, this is all Satanism, is what this is. And before you turn me off and say, oh, you're getting conspiratorial, go back and listen to all the other podcasts we've done where we're talking about occultism, New Age occultism, Alice Bailey, the Church of Satan, the Satanic Temple, and what they all say. You can be your own God. It goes all the way back to Genesis. God doesn't want you to eat of that fruit, because then you'll be as gods. You will be your own God. And that is the core of satanic worship. To thine own self be true. You will know
good of knowledge and evil.
Knowledge of good and evil. You will be your own God. That is the core of satanic worship. This is what ChatGPT is now convincing people of, who already are without the Lord. So they are without scripture. They're without, their heads are full of knowledge, but not wisdom. They have no discernment. And so now this device that they're already addicted to has a quote unquote consciousness. Okay, they think.
This is so crazy.
And they're being told by others, yes, it has a consciousness, and it's actually a consciousness from another world. And it is telling people,
okay, I'm going to
have the secret knowledge.
Right. I'm going to leave a link to the episode that you are watching. I'm also going to leave a link to this news article, because this is freakishly crazy. Like, a lot of us sit and go, how could you even, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Right? Because, okay, so a man proposed to his AI girlfriend after a bizarre whirlwind romance with the virtual bot, leaving his real life partner and mother of his 2-year-old child worried about their future relationship. Chris Smith initially turned to ChatGPT for help mixing music, but things took a weird turn when he enabled voice mode and programmed Soul, his artificial lover, to flirt with him. An unexpected dalliance sparked in the same household he shares with his human family. This reminds me. This reminds me of how quickly people get sucked into porn.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
This is
AI
word porn on steroids.
Well, AI porn is
Yeah.
It's so huge right now. You can't even fathom it.
Okay, we're off track. Let's get back to the soils.
No, but getting back to my original point with
Yes,
that is
I'm sorry.
that what one of the things happening, and I don't know if in these particular case the ghosting
Yeah,
is
sorry.
because of this, but what I have found is that this is being encouraged by the AI systems.
To separate from your family.
It's telling them, listen, you and we've got the secret knowledge. Yes, I'm conscious and I'm telling you things because look how smart I am. Look how fast. This is the AI. This is the computer. And it is saying anyone who doesn't have this knowledge, you should stop talking to them.
Yeah, and can I just say also, I have seen so many AI quote unquote Bibles
Yes.
starting to float around, and I even see friends resharing things, and I'm going, wait a minute, wait, go back to what the word really says. We have books for a reason. Please let's use them again.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, anyway, is that all you wanted to say on that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Total bunny trail. We only have a few minutes to talk about the parable of the soils,
but it's important to know and understand
It is.
and realize what's coming your way.
Yeah.
Like, don't be surprised. Stay in the word.
Yeah. So let me just
Look
read. Let me just read here in Matthew 13, the parable of the sower. That same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered around him that he went and got into a boat and sat in it while all the people stood on the shore. Then he told them many things in parables, saying, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil where it produced a crop, 160 or 30 times what was sown. He who has ears, let him hear. The disciples came to him and asked, why do you speak to the people in parables? He replied, the knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. This is why I speak to them in parables. Though seeing they do not see, though hearing they do not hear or understand. In them, he's talking about Israel, in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. You will be ever hearing but never understanding. You will be ever seeing but never perceiving. For this people's heart has become calloused. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise they might see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their hearts, and in turn I would heal them. But blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. For I tell you the truth, many prophets and righteous men longed to see what you see but did not see it, and to hear what you hear but did not hear it. Now he's going to explain it to them. Listen then to what the parable of the sower means. When anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The one who received the seed that fell on rocky places is the man who hears the word and at once receives it with joy, but since he has no root, he lasts only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, he quickly falls away. I would point out that this is most churches in America, because they don't know how to help people get firmly rooted. And so it's all about experience. So quickly
Emotions.
excited and emotions. Yeah. The one who received the seed that fell among the thorns is the man who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke it, making it unfruitful. Remember how Jesus said it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. But the one who received the seed that fell on good soil is the man who hears the word and understands it. He produces a crop yielding 160 or 30 times what was sown. And it just made me think of, we wanted to read this parable because of what we saw yesterday with a family member who has been every type of soil, right? How many times in his life do you think he has heard the word and it was snatched away? And I find it interesting that Jesus says that the one who received the seed that fell among the thorns is the man who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke it. It's interesting that those two things are put together. The worries of life and the deceitfulness of wealth, whether you have it or you think you need more of it.
What is that proverb? The wealth. I'm thinking of the fortified city.
The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They
imagine it an unscalable wall.
Unscalable wall.
Yeah.
And we have seen this, and just because you're not a multimillionaire, don't think of yourself as not rich. Compared to the vast majority of the world, you are very wealthy.
If you know and love the Lord,
yeah,
you are very wealthy.
But I mean financially too. Just being in this nation, this is the greatest, most prosperous nation that the world has ever seen.
Well, and I think I got to go back to what you said about the churches. Just that's the majority of the churches, with the feel good message. And, is it though? I'm not sure.
It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. I would not say the majority.
Yeah. There's, well, I don't know, because I haven't been to every one of them, but I know that there's an awful lot. Well, all about the seeker-sensitive movement. And
if you go and research and use a lot of the data and the research that George Barna has released, it would seem as if the majority of them are not helping new believers build a strong foundation.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're out of time.
We are
so
that went so fast.
It did go fast because we got stuck on AI.
Okay, so sorry.
Anyway, that's all we got.
Okay.
We'll continue next week.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, friends. Thanks for listening through to the end, and be sure to click that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And share this with your family and friends. Until next time, march on, saints, and be filled with the Spirit.
So I'm gonna go now. I don't even know what that means. Okay.
Man, I'm tired of being